Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like these videos, please click like and subscribe. And if you click on the bell, you'll receive notification every time I upload a video. What happened to Brandon Lawson? It was Thursday, August 8th, in the year of 2013, when Lawson was 26 years old, briefly returned to his San Angelo home after not being home the previous night. Ladessa Lofton, Lawson's girlfriend of 10 years, mother of their 3 children and stepmom, and also, stepmom to their Lawson's eldest daughter, was infuriated by his absence because of his recent drug relapse. The two fought and he left, and Lawson never returned. His last known location was along U.S. Highway 277 north of San Angelo, right before the West Texas town of Bronte. Population is not quite 1,000, and it's a desolate highway. Deputy Neal said a person could probably lie down in the middle of the road and not worry about being run over. There is a metal red and white cross standing 3 feet tall that marks the spot where Brandon's pickup rolled to a halt. And I'm going to show that right now. So here's kind of the events. Now, Lawson did make a 911 call, and it's kind of confusing the way that call happened. I'll put a link to that call in the description box so you can listen to it. Here's a brief timeline. 12:51. Kyle called Brandon and left a voicemail. Kyle would be Brandon's brother. 12:51, Brandon called Lofton, and she did not answer after their fight, and lacking a wall charger, Lofton had taken her phone to her car to charge. 12:52, Kyle's wife called Brandon, then called again. 12:54, Kyle called Brandon. 12:57, Brandon called his neighbor. 12:58, Brandon called Kyle and called again. 12:58, the neighbor called 3 times. 12:59, Kyle called Brandon. 1:04, a dispatcher at the nursing facility called Brandon back, trying to get more information about his location and what was wrong. She left a voicemail and called once more. 1:09, Brandon called Kyle 3 times. 1:12, Kyle called Brandon 3 times. 1:15, Brandon called Kyle twice, and that was the last calls he made from his phone. At 1:19, all calls made to his phone began going straight to voicemail. Now, what's interesting here is he had run out of gas, and Kyle was supposed to be taking, a gas can. Allegedly was taking him a gas can, and when he was out there, a police officer also came out there because a trucker had called and indicated that Brandon's truck was like over the white line, possibly obstructing traffic. So what happened is very strange in this case, because Brandon called Kyle while the police officer was there and said, I'm right here, I'm watching you, as if he was hiding. So he knew that Kyle was with the officer by his truck. And then Kyle had the child with him who was evidently hungry or sleepy or something like that, and he turned around and left, and Brandon was never seen of again. Now, they did take a helicopter ride over the Colorado River South along both sides of US 277 near where the pickup was. They had a search team go out for, I believe it was 4 hours, and no one has heard from this Brandon Lawson again. Now, on the 911 call, he indicated that he was bleeding, or it's some theories that people think they can hear him say, I got chased into the woods. So, and then the 911 call, she thought that he hit someone because he said he ran into someone, but there was no damage on his truck. So evidently there were definitely people out there with him. and he was bleeding, so he definitely was injured. So this is going to be interesting to consult the cards to see what exactly the cards can do to give us insight onto what has happened to him. So this is a poster that they did. I'll leave this up for while I shuffle the cards so you can see if there's a phone number, if you have any information or saw anything, if you live in that area. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm designing my own murder mystery deck. It's just in the beginning stages, so I'm not relying on it. I'm just pulling cards, and later on, if something turns out and the cards were correct, I'll keep tweaking them. So here I go, pulling 2 of those. The first one's premeditated homicide, and the second one is social media clues are important. I'll put the camera down a little bit. So that's just from my murder mystery deck. I won't put a whole lot into that. Now we're going to pull from the Haunted House Tarot. And I'm going to ask, what do we have to know about what happened to Brandon Lawson the night that he disappeared? Whoa, one card just flew right out. One card just flew right out, so I guess I'm going to go with that one. And that would be... This looks like the Magician card. I don't always know all these in the haunted house because they're not marked traditionally, but I'm going to call that the Magician card. The Magician card. That's interesting. The magicians make things disappear and reappear, don't they? So this is the 8 of Swords, being tied up at night. So you see the moon. So tied up, restricted in their movement. So he was restricted in his movement. That we know for sure. Now, the magician can be manipulative. So this is the 2 of Cups, which normally is a relationship. So we're just going to throw this down here because there was some kind of relationship. Does that guy have wings on? There's wings behind him. See the wings? He's got wings, and she's down on earth. Well, that's very interesting. Huh. He's got wings, and she's down on earth. All right, let's keep going. He's got wings, and she's down on earth. This is the 5 of Cups. This is the card that can talk about addictions. This is the addiction card. So here we are with an addictive behavior, which we already knew that. That's nothing new. There was an addictive behavior going on. And this is a cemetery. And there's a lot of people watching. Oh, wow. I wonder what he was involved with. There's a group of people, and it's right next to the addiction card. So when I do these, you guys, I want you to look at the cards also, because I love it when you guys put your insights in the comments, because you'll see things that I won't. I'll talk out loud about what my brain is doing, but you might see things in the cards that I don't. So we've got an addiction coming way out. The cards are like, hey, there's an addiction here, there's an addiction here, and then there's people watching. And she's trying to protect him, it looks like. She's trying to protect him, and here's a cemetery. We have also, look at this, a cemetery next to I have wings and you don't, leading me to believe that he may not be alive anymore, allegedly, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just a tarot reader, pulling some cards on this, and I'm new to murder mysteries, so please be kind. So I'm going to pull another card on here, and then I'm going to grab a different deck. There's the addiction again. we've got addiction all over in here. This death was somewhat related to the addiction. Okay, so let's ask my regular tarot deck. We'll ask the Rider-Waite. That's a more serious deck. Did Brandon Lawson cause his own death, or did someone actually murder him? Did he cause his own death, or did someone actually murder him? Here's like the elements, or being wounded. So that's the card of being wounded, and we definitely know from the card. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, take a breath, Melanie. He was wounded, and this is not good. That's not good. There's two people in the card. Here's the wheel. That could literally be the wheel of his car, or the car stopping, and then when the car stopped, ran across something evil, somebody evil, someone evil, when the car, related to when the car stopped. So what happened then? We'll pull another card here. Queen of Pentacles. And that would be a person. And it looks like he was frightened, because look at the look on his face, like he's trying to defend himself. But look at how frightened he is. He's trying to defend himself. He's defending himself against an attack. He's being attacked. He's defending himself. So you don't defend yourself when you're alone. There's another person. We've got our two people again. We've got our two people, and he's defending himself. There was at least two people involved in this, for sure. At least two people were involved, because we've got, and this one's very focused on him, and the King of Wands can be very angry, like a very angry, aggravated person. So I'm just debating on how I want to ask this. I think I'm going to pull the Anna K. I'll put this ahead. I'll keep these cards aside. I'll pull Anna K. Is his body going to be found if he's passed? I'm just going to say if he's passed. If he's passed, will his body be found? If he has passed away, will his body be found? There's water. I'll let you look at this. There's water. And at night, and there's water, and from the water, this is two swords. This is water. Okay, I'm just going to keep repeating it, but I'm going to pull another card because I'm really focused on that water. That water. This is the Devil card. It's the Devil. It's definitely something evil. And this is definitely evil. Where is the body? If there is a body. So the fire is what destroys. The fire destroys. They were hidden, or they haven't been, they're still hidden. The ones responsible are still hidden. They've got armor on, still hidden. And they've like destroyed the body, packed up, packed it up, or put it in a gunny sack, or put it in something. Put it in something. Huh. It's in something. Huh. Okay. So it's in something, and then what would happen to it then? Secrets. This is the High Priest, and he's got the key, and there's secrets. I think somebody knows. Somebody definitely knows about this. There's a secret. There's a secret. The High Priest, a secret. Why are they keeping this a secret? Six of Cups, looking out at the night sky. Something from his past. The Six of Cups talks about the past. Something from his past. Someone from his past. Someone with a past. And that's somebody that's angry or very angry, controlling. That's the Emperor. And he's very set in his ways, and actually he's has a status. The Emperor has a status. Like he just rules a country. He's and then we've got the Ten of Cups, which is the happiness in the family. So family, because we wouldn't have happiness around a situation like this. And then we've got the water, flowing water, flowing water. I wonder if he was put in something, the bag, put in something and put into the water. Put in something that weighted it down and put in the water. At night. Flowing water. Water that flows pretty quickly. And if I were to say a location, it takes a lot of energy, but there's some higher ridge on each side of the river. There's a point where the ridge is at its highest, and I think that it would be in that area. I'm guessing, this is allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, but that's kind of what, I don't know, what do you guys think when you see these cards? And then I'm going to ask Omega Land, which, this card, I have to pull other cards with it. I can't read it on its own because it's not going to be accurate just on its own. But I'm going to ask, is there any details that we need to know that could help solve this case? Are there any details that the cards can indicate that would help solve the case? Military wear. Is that military? Military pants. Military pants, combat boots, maybe a hunter, someone who hunts. God, we got the Magician before in the Haunted House Tarot deck. We pulled the Magician in that card too. So we've gotten two Magicians. So the Magician is somebody who has all the tools. They know what they're doing. They're an expert. They can be manipulating. They can be very manipulating. And it's interesting that came up again. And the Six of Swords, this reminds me of underground. You see how they're above the ground? And then there's underground. Underground operation. We have above the ground and we have underground. And this again is a Six of Swords. We have above the ground and something underground. Underground. So is some underground operation? Maybe some underground operation. Maybe got himself tied up in something. And here we go with the Ten of Cups again. And that's the family. That's a family card. But it also shows out in the wilderness. And of course we have at night again with the moon out in the wilderness. Tents can be for like hiding or protection, getting out of the elements. So this one is going to be extremely difficult to do with the cards. I'm going to pull from Steampunk. I'm going to pull a few cards from Steampunk, and then we will just kind of wrap this up. We'll see what the Steampunk has to say. I like the Steampunk deck. This is the Strength card. So he was trying to muster up strength. It's in the woods. He had to be strong. Three of Wands. Somebody's watching him. Or he was watching. Oh, it did say that he was watching the truck and knew what was going on. So he was here watching. And potentially somebody was also watching him. Is that what those lanterns mean? So he was actually watching the vehicle. So that's interesting. If somebody would question, was he watching the vehicles? He's definitely watching the vehicle. And that is the Three of Swords. Oh my God, the Three of Swords. And then we've got 3 lanterns and the Three of Swords, and the lanterns can shine a light on him. So we get the Three of Swords. This is definitely the loss card. This is wounded. The lions, I forgot to show you that close up. See how the lion, he said he was bleeding there, and look at, there's blood on the lion's paw. See the blood on the lion's paw? So that's what I mean. The cards are pretty good about giving clues like that. The Three of Swords is loss. It's definitely loss. It can be about being wounded. And we're going to end it with the Queen of Wands. So there's the Queen of Wands. Sometimes in these readings, I just put together the energy that, just put together the prayer, whatever you want to call it, that Brandon's remains, or if he's alive, have him come back. If he's alive, have him come back. If he's passed away, have his remains found. And of course, we always send a blessing to the family of our, not a blessing, our condolences. Because it would be a blessing for his remains to come back, because they would have closure. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to toss a couple of charms out here. Oh, yeah. Sure, you have to do this to me. Can't be a couple, it has to be like 10. Rest in peace. That's weird. That's very weird. This is rest in peace charm. This is somebody running. This is somebody running. This is making a commitment. This is money. There was money involved. Here, we got 2 rings here, and the rings are just, well, that's a wedding ring. We got 2 rings here. We got 2 people running. Look at the running. So there was more than one person running. So he was being chased. He's definitely being chased. There's the terrain. Handcuffs. How weird is that? Where did I get those? Little handcuffs. Oh, because there was a warrant out for his arrest. You just can't make this stuff up. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't do it. All right, here's the charms. So we have a mountain, which is obstacles. We have definitely being chased. We have handcuffs. That could have been a warrant out for his arrest. And then we've got rest in peace. We've got a commitment. We have money. We have a structure, some kind of a structure. And this is an anchor. I think that's an anchor. Let me pull that one out and make sure that that is an anchor. No, that's some kind of bug. I don't even know what to do with that one. I don't even know how that one got in there. Some kind of a bug. And this is a path. So this is a path. So I definitely believe RIP means that he could possibly be deceased, which I think they're probably realizing that after all these years. The handcuffs could be the warrant out for his arrest. There was a commitment. Maybe he made a commitment, and look at it's falling kind of near the money. Maybe he made a commitment to pay money and he didn't pay the money, and they literally came after him maybe. And the mountain is a huge obstacle. Huge obstacle. And the path, yeah. And the house, is it a house or a building? House or a building. So the charms, they just give another little dimension. So I want you guys to look at the cards carefully, look at the charms, and see if you can come up with any more hints, because the cards are really, really good about giving clues and hints. And sometimes when I do these videos, I can't just sit and pause for 10 minutes and stare at all the cards. So while I'm talking to you, and I'm doing these live while I'm talking to you. So let's put the energy out there that the case be solved. And thank you for listening to this. If you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments. Thank you.